What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the basement. It's me and Ramon here with, it was a pretty quiet week this week, actually.
Yeah, it was a bad quiet, though.
Yeah, it was definitely a bad quiet. We got Dark Horse's Fight Club 3 and Wyrd. I'm pretty sure that's how you say that. It could be Wired, but I think it's Wyrd. DC's Mysteries of Love in Space, Star Trek 2020, X-Men, Age of X-Men Alpha, and Journey into Unknown Worlds. We're really kind of scraping the bottom of the barrel for number ones this week, so me and Ramon decided that we're going to tell you about our top 3 current series that we're following, because we always review number ones and we don't really get to talk about stuff that we're still reading, you know, ongoing. That's actually, the pile of books that we have to read is about this high and about, 25 stacks back.
There you go.
But
I was waiting for that.
There are a few that we make sure we read right away. I call them train reads, which is the book that I have to take out of my bag and read on the train going home because it's that good. I haven't had one of those in a while, but there are still a few shining stars in the bunch, and we're going to talk about that later. We also got the Birds of Prey trailer. Now, this was like, what, 30 seconds, a minute?
Yeah, more like a teaser.
It was a teaser of a teaser. It was just like, hey, we're alive and we're filming, and just so you thought with all the ruckus at the DCEU that this was going to get shut down, it's not. That was the sole purpose, I think, of that little blurb.
I think it's just to keep the shareholders at bay.
I absolutely agree with you.
Look, we're doing this. Pretty girl. Look.
And here's Margot Robbie just to shut everybody up.
Because they need it.
Yeah, they do. Here's Margot Robbie. Now that we have your attention, we're still making this movie, so don't take your money away. Mm-hmm. Here's Margot Robbie again. That's it. There's the whole thing. She is cute, though.
Yes.
I'm enthused to see her not burdened by the rest of the cast of a Suicide Squad movie. Yeah. I think she could be more of a shining star in this one, because I actually liked her performance as Harley Quinn.
Now,
I didn't like the rest of the movie around her, but I thought she was okay.
I liked it. I don't like the whole love interest between her and Joker, because that's just...
I hate this Joker. I like Jared Leto as an actor. I don't like his Joker. I don't like the look of his Joker, I should say. I like the way he played him. I don't like the look. But I've said that numerous times.
Now, we know it's going to be R-rated.
Right.
You think she'll show the goods?
No. I don't think so. I think they'll get her pretty scantily clad. They might do a nude back scene. Like, turn around. But I don't think they'll show anything. I don't think so. Suicide Squad was R-rated too. What?
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, you got a bra. That was it.
It was something.
You can get that shit in a PG-13 movie. And, now we officially have confirmation that Ben Affleck has left the DCU.
Finally, we've known about that.
We've known about it for how long? And there have been rumors going back and forth. He's out. And guess who's back? Zack Snyder, the guy nobody wanted back.
His favorite person.
The guy that I swear to fucking Zeus, top brass at Warner Brothers really doesn't know what they're doing. They just are they trying to fail? Do they have money invested in this to fail? But apparently he's doing horror flicks right now. He's doing some Land of the Dead sequel, something like that. Army of the Dead, whatever the fuck it's called. I don't know. But Zack Snyder on horror flicks is way better than Zack Snyder on superhero flicks. However, we do hear also from the shadow that he's the executive producer on the new... is it the new Suicide Squad?
Yeah, 2, with James Gunn.
So,
it's a duo right there, right?
James Gunn is a producer, and he's going to be the director.
Yeah.
And now Zack Snyder's worming his way back in and causing all sorts of uproars, all fucking ready, because he's Zack Snyder, and nobody's hit him with a fucking giant marble dildo yet. I think that's really what should happen.
You might like it.
Right across his fucking head. Because apparently now, you're not watching Arrow this week, but... this past week, they teased the shit out of the Suicide Squad. They even dropped random little names and things. They call they're getting, not Amanda Waller, she's dead. Lila and Diggle are getting, I think they call them Project X or some shit like that. Or they call them something else, maybe. Whatever it was, they're like, all right, so they got all these villains together. They got Cupid and Diaz and the other Kelly Hugh. Who the fuck did she play? I don't remember. Either way. Oh, and they got Slade's kid. And they got all of these guys together, and they're like, all right, so we're going to, put bombs in the back of your head and send you on missions. And Kelly Hugh's like, well, we know what happened to your last squad. And then somebody else was like, oh, but if you're sending us out like this, it's suicide. And then they got cut off at mid-sentence. So they're dancing all around it.
Yeah.
Why are they dancing around it? We hear it's because Zack Snyder's now creating an uproar that he doesn't want the name Suicide Squad dropped on TV again, because it's going to be used in the movies. But we've already established that every single DC movie is completely different than anything else. There's no shared universe. So, Zack Snyder, how about you shut the fuck up and, I don't know, go cry on your daughter's grave or something. Just go be useless somewhere else. Fucking sick of that motherfucker. DC just can't cut a break. And they need to fire everybody in a suit that makes more than $500,000 in that place. I think that's the first step.
That's how it happened.
That's the first step of many.
I agree, but...
Okay. Speaking of the Arrowverse, we have a connection between The Flash this week and another DC property, one that I didn't pick up on. And that's because I didn't watch one of those properties. I only saw sporadic episodes here and there. But now you haven't been watching The Flash.
Nope.
Okay. This past episode was dope as fuck. Just want to tell you that. They name dropped hard.
They're still doing time travel?
They're still doing time travel.
Is another speedster villain?
No. No, man. It's been fucking Cicada the entire time. It's kind of boring. It's fucking Ozstriker from American Pie.
Wow.
Yeah, I know. No, the villain is actually pretty lame. Like, I'm waiting for something awesome to happen, but it hasn't yet. But we are still running around with his cute as fuck daughter, who's traveling back in time, and she's being mentored by Eobard Thawne. And the great thing about that is it's, what's his name? It's Tom Cavanaugh back as Thawne, who was the best Thawne.
Yeah.
The man has a pretty crazy acting range. And I'm saying it's hokey. You know, he's playing silly characters.
Yeah.
But it's pretty cool to see him do all this different shit.
Yeah.
And to see him back as Thawne, as being that evil self with that, he's got that raspy, whispery voice. It's fucking cool. Anyway, this kid has been throwing around like this futuristic slang. And she's been like, oh, that's so shway. Like, for cool or whatever.
Yeah.
And apparently this is something that they said in Batman Beyond.
They had their own lingua.
They did.
They so did.
I didn't notice because I didn't really watch Batman Beyond religiously.
It's good.
I know, I heard many, many good things about it. I've seen a few episodes. I did see Return of the Joker. You know, I saw the important stuff. But I vaguely recall the word shway now that it was brought to my attention. But nobody's actually said anything about that. There's no comicbook.com articles and no Newsarama articles. Nobody, I don't know, maybe people didn't pick up on it. Or maybe it's just so obvious to everyone else but me that, hey, they're drawing a parallel here between Nora Allen's world, her future, and Terry McGinnis. So I don't know. But we did talk about a possible Batman Beyond TV show many moons ago. Yeah. Did we not? So maybe this is a lead-in. In Berlanti we trust, after all, as long as Snyder doesn't get the fuck in the way. I would sacrifice a Batman Beyond TV show in lieu of a Batman Beyond movie starring Bruce Wayne, starring Michael Keaton as Bruce Wayne.
That kind of has to happen.
It really does need to happen.
Yeah. I don't know. There's a lot of future tech in Batman Beyond.
So you think it'd be expensive? So a movie might be the better option?
Yeah, because if not, it'll look cheap or cheesy. Unless it gets a shorter season like Legends.
Right.
In which case, maybe.
And speaking of, all the CW shows got renewed today. So Supergirl, Legends, Flash, Arrow, Black Lightning. Obviously, because we're doing Crisis, so it has to come back next year. We kind of all knew that. Happy to hear Supernatural got renewed for season 15. Did not know if that was going to happen. A lot of people have been speculating that this was the final season, but guess not. So, yay for the Winchester boys. I'm pretty thrilled about that.
Yes.
But I want to go back real quick to Flash before we move on. They name dropped Jervis Tetch and talk about a bunch of his comatose patients from Earth 221. Damn. I don't know if that means Gotham or not. I don't know if that was like a secret little thing, if they ever mentioned that, or if there is a particular Earth 221. But they did have Jervis Tetch on Gotham. I think right before I stopped watching it, he showed up.
Earth 221?
Earth 221, specifically.
It's a lot of Earths.
I know. Well, there's a lot of them. There's a multiverse, so we're going to probably narrow that down.
I thought they want to limit it in number.
I don't know. And so that now, at some point, Barry and Iris, because of course it has to be Barry and Iris, they use this mind meld machine made by Jervis Tetch, just follow me on this, to go into Nora Allen's brain and like try to rescue her from this like coma that she's in without getting too spoilery or really without wasting too much of your time with the nonsensical story. But anyway, they start talking about Cicada and how the Flash stopped him, but then he came back later on, and his body count is the highest of any Flash villain. It's higher than Zoom, higher than Reverse Flash, higher than, what's his name, DeVoe, and then they say higher than even the Red Death, who, if anybody was reading Gotham Knights, Red Death was the Flash and Bruce Wayne meld, the evil one, from the Dark Multiverse. I would love to see the Red Death on screen. Any screen. I don't care. That was a heavy geek out moment for me. I'm sorry.
No, that's a good. That's a good one, though.
I said I didn't care for whatever it was, Darkest Nights. I don't fucking know what the title was anymore. It's been 3 events ago. But it did give us some really cool characters. You know, the Red Death, the Batman Who Laughs, Devastator, Destroyer, whatever the fuck it was. I don't remember. The other Batmen. So, I thought it was pretty cool. That part of it. Moving along. Unfortunately, a staple of the New York neighborhood, St.Mark's Comics, is closing its doors soon. It's just the rent is entirely too high.
I never liked that shop.
I never did either. Honestly, I found it to be cluttered, dusty, dirty,
and small,
and kind of overpriced. But you get the overpriced thing because it's in the village and it's, you know, whatever. But that aside, it has been there for almost as long as I've been running around on this planet. And that alone is reason enough to raise our glasses for St. Mark's Comics. It's been 35 years in the same spot, and now it's going to be closing its doors real soon. So I'm going to go in like a couple of weeks and see what they got on sale. Because I am an opportunist, if nothing else. One last thing that was brought to my attention this week, it was a Batgirl panel that apparently was making some waves on the interwebs. And it's showing up on screen right now. But apparently it's Batgirl in a bathroom. Have a look at this. And you see that door in the back that can't possibly open because the bathtub is in the way? Yeah. That apparently pissed off a lot of nerds.
Rightfully so.
And I mean, it's just like poor planning. It's like, fuck you, art school. Fuck you, perspective. I'm just going to put a door here. And there's something like right there on the top part of the door by the door jamb. You don't know if it's the deadbolt or if it's the rungs of the shower curtain. Don't know. And then over there on the left, where it's just all black and shadow, those could be other doors, but we don't know because it's just black and shadow for no reason. But really, the thing that gets everybody's goat, the thing that grinds everybody's gears, is that door that can't open because there's the bathtub built in. I was talking to Bozzetta, who brought it to my attention in the first place, and he was like, who could possibly do this? And I said, well, maybe this guy appearing on screen now. Obviously, this plumber should not have a license. Door just kind of opens up right onto the side. How do you even get into this room? How do you it's like the door opens up and there's the toilet and it's like half cut into the toilet. And then like when you close the door finally, like people could just like, hey, what are you doing in there? You know, that's fucked up.
I had a neighbor whose bathroom door was cut because the toilet was right there. So it was like,
Maybe it's your neighbor appearing on screen.
Could be.
I wonder.
I find that funny.
So, did you watch Polar?
Yes.
Okay. This is the shit with Mads Mikkelsen.
Yes.
Okay. You sent us all the sex scene, which is important.
No, actually, that was red.
Oh, it was red?
Yes.
I'm not sure if any of you guys know. We've said it a couple of times here and there, but all of the Basement Boys have a very great, what you call it, 5-person...
Chat group.
Yeah, chat group thread going. And we really discuss, like, important stuff, like the sex scene in Polar.
It's an epic sex scene. It's like they're going at it.
Oh, I watched it.
For a while.
Yeah.
Yeah, and she's hot. And, you know, he's handsome, I guess.
And people are trying to shoot him.
Yeah.
While he's fucking.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I'm not sure if she's in on the game.
She is.
Okay, she seems like
she's one of them.
Yeah.
And it obviously it doesn't work out.
Probably not.
Fourth.
But how was the movie overall?
Overall, it's okay. It's stylized, hard.
Okay.
Because the comic book is very stylized, very Frank Millerish.
Oh, I never read the comic.
Yeah. So they're trying to do it kind of sort of like that, and it's like it somehow worked for 300, but not for you.
Huh.
It was weird. It was violent. Oh, sweet Jesus. And it was just debauchery. So for that, you like it.
Okay.
But
I mean,
overall,
I'm sure I'll watch it.
It's not crap. It's just...
Oh, that's good.
It's better than Venom.
Okay. I still haven't watched Venom. I refuse. So, we got some questions and comments from the Real Comic Stacks. Completely agree with you guys on Donny Cates. Been waiting for his run on Guardians of the Galaxy for what seems like forever. Infinity Wars was a disappointment, but this is going to be good. Eros is up to something, though. He left the Avengers out for a reason. Really cool show, guys. Thank you, sir. Jeff Comic 813. Great show, guys. Thank you, sir. Chillmonger. Nice shirt, Greg. If you guys missed Greg's shirt last week, go and check out Pete's Basement Season 12, Episode 3. Greg had a smiley face shirt that said, I hate you. It was a pretty cool shirt. And Absolute had asked us, with MK11 right around the corner, if the film would be remade, who would be the cast? And actually, our boy Boss Logic on Instagram has answered this question for us.
Yeah.
Go and check out his work on Instagram or Twitter or whatever, however you find him. And he's currently doing a really epic Mortal Kombat 11 casting call. And we're going to show it off when he's completely finished. He's not done yet, so I don't see a reason to spoil the artist's work before it's finished. Yeah. If you want to go check it out, he's got, maybe, I think 6 or 7 of them up at this point. And, obviously there is a much bigger roster than Mortal Kombat. I don't know if he'll do them all, but he'll definitely do all of the main ones, and that we haven't seen yet. So that's cool. So what's the cost of inflation from the first Spider-Man film to 2002 to now? What would a photo of Spider-Man go for? Huh. Interesting. I don't know. We were discussing freelance photographers the other day, but Greg was a little hammered, so I don't know if we can take his judgment of literally millions of dollars.
Like, if in real life, like, if you were to get a picture of Spider-Man?
If he was that common around the city, maybe a few grand.
I don't know, because between, like, everybody having a phone and snapping it,
true.
It's going to be so many people with a picture.
But, if you've ever tried to take a picture of something moving with an iPhone, you can't do it. I don't care what fucking... I have an iPhone 10 and I still can't get a fucking good picture if something's moving. You need a DSLR camera if you want to take good action shots.
New York has its fair share of artists with quality cameras.
Oh, yes, they absolutely do.
Yeah.
But you got to have that shit at the ready like a fucking mutant Japanese tourist.
Oh, we have plenty of mutant Japanese tourists.
We certainly do.
So we're good. We're covered. It shouldn't be that much.
All right. So what, like a couple of grand?
A couple of grand.
Okay. Just as like the going rate.
Yes.
Okay.
And it's for the first one. After that, it's just like, okay.
I guess the closer up you get, the more you could charge.
Yeah. Closer up.
But like if you're on the ground and he's a couple 100 feet in the air swinging, a couple $100.
Yeah. If he's in the fight scene.
Right. With some supervillains.
Yes.
Yeah. I guess you could get hazard pay there.
Better.
Absolute also asks, what's a greater sin? pineapple on pizza or anchovies?
Anchovies.
I've never had anchovies myself, but they are a staple from all of the cartoons that we've ever seen from Looney Tunes throughout the generations.
Because they're mocking it.
I understand that.
They were mocking it before people decided to do pineapples on pizza.
I understand that. See, absolute. With great pizza comes great responsibility. And if somebody put a gun to my head, I would probably eat the pineapple because I don't do fish.
I don't do fish either.
I like shellfish. I love shellfish.
If it swims better than me,
But during my pizza month a couple of years ago, where literally the month of October or was November or whatever it was, I ate a slice of pizza per day for the entire month.
She says that needs to be on a shirt.
Yes, it does. Yes, it does. So I ate a slice of pizza every day for a month, and I had a Galamad pizza at one point. I love Galamad. I fucking love it.
English.
Fried squid.
Okay.
I'm not saying it. I'm not saying it your way.
Calamari?
That.
There you go. Fried fish. I mean,
It's fried squid.
yes.
Yes, the legs are the best part.
Yeah, I agree.
They try to kind of escape back up when you eat them. Let me tell you, I like my Galamad nice and crispy. I dunk it in the sauce and I eat it. That is sauce, by the way. That's not gravy. There's no meat in that. That's sauce. And I had it on pizza with mozzarella and baked and everything. And you would think it would be delicious. It was fucking awful. It was god-awful. It wasn't fishy. It was just chewy. And the problem with certain shellfish is it can get very bubblegummy.
Yes.
This was.
Yeah, no, it can't.
So keep your fucking fish off my pizza. I will eat the pineapple rather than fish.
And ham.
Oh yeah, you need the ham.
Yeah.
I don't. Does that like even happen? Like people just put pineapples on it without ham?
It's possible out there.
It's weird. Okay, and Abs also asked which comic book, graphic novel turned movie does the book the most justice. We're still working on that. So when
I actually have an answer.
you have an answer, I would love to hear this.
Scott Pilgrim.
We established Scott Pilgrim like the week of.
That's it.
Is there nothing better?
Then
See, that's what I'm saying. We all kind of agreed Scott Pilgrim did it, but I figured by the time Boss Logic is done with his MK shit, we should have an answer for this. Hannah just gave me like the death claws in the background.
These questions keep rolling over.
These questions keep rolling over. Listen, it's a busy week, man. People got shit to do. All right. Couple of other shadow bombs. Nathan Fillion of Firefly is being eyed to play Corsair of the Starjammers with Scott Eastwood as his son Cyclops. No negotiations have begun, so we'll see what happens there. I could believe that because Nathan Fillion is always kind of like around.
isn't he doing something called The Rookie now?
Is he? I don't know.
Yeah.
And the current plan for Deadpool 3 is Deadpool kills the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Wouldn't that be interesting if it actually comes to pass?
Well, after finally seeing Deadpool 2, he mentions so many of the MCU characters.
I know.
And he talks trash about them all. That it's almost, why not?
It could stand to reason.
Yeah.
All right.
What?
Did any book impress you this week?
Impress me?
Yes.
Yeah, the one you didn't read.
The one book I didn't read. And I didn't even realize that this was coming out when I made the haul list, because I don't think I put this on mine. So thank you for putting it on yours. I got to steal yours now. Or I got to go to like Midtown or Royal Collectibles and see if they still got a copy, which they should. I can't imagine it's that popular. But Journey into Unknown Worlds by Cullen Bunn. We were just talking about this when we talked about, what was it, the Crypt of Shadows last week. And now we had said that there was another one coming out. I didn't realize it was this week. And if you guys haven't subscribed to the haul yet, go to Pete'sBasement.com/the haul. And in the upper right-hand corner of the Pete's Basement homepage, you can also find it there. It's HAUL, and you can see what me and Ramon are picking up each week. So just in case we miss something, hit us up at questions@Pete'sBasement.com, and you can let us know, hey, are you guys getting this? Or, hey, I'd really like it if you guys reviewed this book. And we'll give it a whirl.
It's 2 stories.
Uh-huh.
First one is Cullen Bunn's, which is
That's the good one.
Yeah. That one was good.
Well, the other
This
Crypt of
one's-
Shadows is like 3 stories
His
too.
stuff's a bit more darker. So it appeals more to me.
Sure.
And it's one of those makes you think at the end of it all. But it's really messed
So
up
this
at
is
the same time.
this is more of a sci-fi theme than.
It's sci-fi, but it's it's sci-fi.
Would you
Sci-fi
say it's
horror.
like a Black Mirror kind of thing?
Black Mirror.
Yeah, like that kind of sci-fi, like because Black Mirror kind of makes you think, like, wow, that's fucked up.
I haven't seen Black Mirror.
Fuck, that's right. My brain will not allow me to calculate that. Like, I don't understand how you cannot watch it. You have to watch it.
You haven't seen Batman Beyond.
That has
no,
that bears no relevance.
Comic book show, Batman Beyond.
There are way worse infractions, I think, having not seen stuff. I don't know.
No.
How many episodes is Batman Beyond? Maybe I'll find it somewhere.
It's only a couple of seasons. It's really short.
All right, maybe I'll try it.
It's definitely nowhere near as long as animated series.
So, by default, I guess this would be Book of the Week.
Yes.
Because, I mean, it is Cullen Bunn, and he is like...
He's good.
Yeah. I mean, he has so many books out there right now. He had that other Western one with the ghosts and the world hopping. God, I can't remember the title of it, but man, that was good. Shadow Realm? Shadow something? Shadow Roads. Shadow Roads. Yes, that was good. I don't think that's finished yet. But I'm behind on that one, so that's not going to count on books that current favorite series. You have to be up to date on it. So that's why we're limiting it to 3. All right, what the fuck was Age of X-Men Alpha? Like, I opened this book, I took 2 pages in, I saw Jean Grey fucking Bishop and Colossus with a beard, and I'm like, I don't want to read this.
Colossus is like a cheesy Russian hitman. But anyways, you remember Age of Apocalypse?
I never read it. Sorry, didn't care for X-Men then, didn't care for it now. Okay. Like you feel about time travel, I feel about various X-Men universes.
No, this was the first one, which was the good one.
It was not the first one.
Shut up. It was. Anyways, it was an attempt at, showing a different version of what if.
Yes, I understand.
And there's been a couple...
But it's like, what if that left its fly open and is now selling hot dogs on the street corner?
That's the problem. This is like part 10,000 of Age of Apocalypse.
I know.
And it's poorly done. And, wait, we just got off of Infinity Wars, which gave us a bunch of number 1s. This shit's about to give us a bunch of number 1s. Shit that I don't want to read.
I don't think we're gonna. I think we should just boycott it now. Get it over with.
I'm boycotting it. You know what?
Because if I'm not interested in the core title, why am I going to be interested in the nonsensical little number 1s?
This shit hurt my head so much, I'm thinking of dropping all X-Men books, period.
I fully support you in this adventure.
Before I liked the Avengers and any of the team books, I was a huge mutant-loving nut.
I know you were. X-Men started you on this journey.
Yeah.
Now, the whole X-Men franchise, and especially Age of Apocalypse, is the fucking drunk guy running down 42nd Street with his dick swinging out of his pants.
You know what the thing is? In this beautiful utopian society, which of course is always an issue, because it's always an issue,
right?
You can't have sex.
Why not?
You can't reproduce that way. So the fact that he's boinking Jean Grey, or Hope, or whoever she is, because you're confusing all these redheads nowadays.
Called her Jean, didn't he?
Yeah, well, I'm hoping it's not Jean Grey, because that means a lot of people have boinked her, or have wanted to. And it's just... anyways.
Like it's always Jean, there were hotter ex-women?
No, nice redheaded, telekinesis, think of the things you could do to you. But, anyways, it's just stupid. It's a waste of time, and Apocalypse is going to show up.
Yeah, I saw that on the back page.
And he's going to be the pro-love guy that's starting a revolution.
What?
What a waste. He's one of my favorite villains.
Yeah.
And they really, it's just...
That's stupid.
Oh, man. Yeah, dude.
Alright, more waste of time. What the fuck was Mysteries of Love in Space?
DC Universe doing a bunch of love story.
So this is like a Valentine's Day special?
Yes, it's not even February yet. Damn it, people.
This is like 8 different stories.
Yes, it was 80 freaking pages of stories. there was one that was cool, the Darkseid one.
Okay. Darkseid had a love interest?
No, Darkseid was one of his lowlies, they call him, one of his slaves on Apocalypse. He masqueraded as a love interest of this woman, and she just was very passionate about loving him and freedom, that she rose up against Apocalypse, and eventually she got caught, of course, because and he reveals himself to be, look, I'm Darkseid. He morphs into the Darkseid. I didn't know he could do that, but whatever. Right? And he says, you know, your passion and your fire you have, that's great. I will use that. And by the last page, she's Fury. And she's like, for the love of Apocalypse, for the love of Darkseid. And she's marching on. I like that. Okay, that's cool. That's really twisted. The rest of it was okay.
Okay. All right, Star Trek 2020. It seems weird to have a Star Trek book 20 years in the future, because Star Trek can jump.
It's actually 20 years in the past, but
whatever.
It's still the future.
I'm saying it's 20 years. Star Trek time jumps millennia, back and forth. 20 years. What the fuck happens in 20 years in Star Trek?
This is Captain Picard when he first becomes captain of the Stargazer. You don't know what I'm talking about, do you?
I don't know.
All right, before he was a well-known captain of the Enterprise, the flagship of the Federation.
Sure.
He was a captain of the Stargazer. That's where he met Beverly Crusher.
Yep.
No?
Nope.
Damn, dude.
Was that the girl that was supposed to be the hot one on that show?
Oh no, that's Counselor Troy. And she was hot. She was the voice of Desdemona on Gargoyles.
Oh.
Yeah. Anyways, Riker was the voice of What?
I told you there were worse infractions than Batman Beyond.
That's hurtful.
I know it is.
You would love it. Too.
I know.
The mythology, the folklore.
I know. I really do want to watch Gargoyles. I don't know how Gargoyles escaped me. I don't know.
I've lost some respect for this man.
I can't say that I blame you. I've gone 12 years without revealing that to you. You realize that?
It's hurtful. Disney Plus needs to come out and have this thing.
I feel like I've lied to you for 12 years, but really I've lied by omission of the truth. It's not the same.
When they first met the Ferengi on Stargazer. See, Relic Lords it.
Yeah.
That's extra.
I mean, he's a super nerd.
Yeah. So...
he knows his shit.
He was really famous for this maneuver he did with warp and just kind of sort of pops out of it real fast and kicks your ass. But this is also just telling a story of... we have a troll. Of just how him and Crusher and his second in command knew each other and all this stuff and what would happen in the future. It's like a nice little prequel.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. If you're not.
Yeah.
Also, our boy JK.
Ah, okay. There's a
David.
reason. Yep.
Also, they reunited for this. Lovely. And
did he draw the whole thing or just the cover?
No, he did the whole thing.
Really? Oh, that's a good reason.
JK, if you're watching, send me a page. Oh my God. Because you really killed it. You just... He owns Star Trek.
Yeah, he does. Yeah, he does. He's been very good over at IDW to like, you know, I mean the Broken Mirror universe thing that he did with Star Trek, that was good. I don't really read Star Trek books and I enjoyed the shit out of that.
So he's drawn a evil Dr. Picard, Captain Picard, and now he's done Picard with hair, which was like
Picard with hair.
He was 20 years younger.
Wow.
Not a lot, but you know, yeah.
So receding hairline, but hair. Interesting.
Yeah,
he probably started going bald at like a teenager.
Probably.
That sucks. Yeah. All right. Let's go to Dark Horse's steaming pile of shit. Fight Club 3.
All right, Dark Horse, we usually do like you.
We really do, but sometimes, listen, even Mickey Mantle struck out now and then.
Yes.
And you struck out this week. Fight Club 3 was... who the fuck cares? Is there like 6 people that love Fight Club enough that they wanted a comic book of the character to continue on?
This is the second volume.
I understand that. There must have been a Fight Club 2 at some point that I
never finished.
Didn't even give a fuck to know existed.
Yeah, I don't see how...
He's got the fucking giant pussy lip scar on his fucking hand from where the lie burned him. That is so horribly done. It should be just a chemical burn. It looks like there's a pair of fucking lips on his fist.
There's also the scar on his from shirt. So that,
yeah. And I mean, he did blow his fucking head off at the end, so I guess part 2 must have rectified that problem. I don't fucking care. I don't care. The guy's a scumbag, and somebody should just put a bullet in his brain from both ends so he doesn't get the fuck back up. I have no love for this character. That was the whole point of Fight Club.
Wait, what?
You were... what's his name? Fucking Ed Norton wasn't a likable character by any stretch of the imagination. Neither was Brad Pitt.
No, they had likable moments.
They were antagonists that had likable moments at best. You couldn't root for them. They were fucking supporting anarchy. While I do love the idea of being completely out of debt, there were probably ramifications of destroying all the credit card companies.
Yeah, they went a little too far.
Yeah.
Okay, I agree with you on that one.
Like, and now he's fucking cheating on his wife with some hooah that he found in a bar. He's not a likable character.
Well, that was his other personality.
I understand that, but I don't give a fuck. How does... At some point, when this guy starts acting up, he's a fucking little fat, balding twerp of a human being. Somebody should have knocked him on his ass. I don't give a fuck how Tyler Durden is. How Tyler he wants to be. Somebody's got to kick his ass. I'm tired of it. I don't give a fuck.
Okay.
Weird. Dark Horses, weird. I thought it was Wyrd at first, but then, like, when they started addressing him...
There's some weird stuff happening in this.
No pun intended.
The sad part is we don't know what the hell it is, except for the fact that he heals incredibly well.
Yeah, he's like Wolverine. You see him getting hammered and jumping off a building, and they purposely show in this Mortal Kombat-esque, like, close-up of his bones breaking. Like, when he lands from the building, his fucking shins break. He gets hit by a car. His other leg shatters and everything. But at no point did I mean, it's the first issue, so they're not going to explain how this happened.
It was a poor first issue. They should have given us more.
I agree. It dove you too far into the story without giving you a little bit more of an explanation of this guy.
Yeah.
They send him on a mission. He's like, I don't know, he's some government spook or whatever. They allude to that. They send him into West Bubbafuckistan to take down this mutant monster guy who has been terrorizing the village because they experimented on him a la Captain America. Did you see the Captain America drawing in there? Yeah. So you get the idea that both of these guys were probably somehow experimented on, and maybe some things went right, some things went wrong. I got the idea that this guy was experimented on too, Mr. Wyrd here.
I can see that.
But you know what bugged me?
Oh.
The most?
Okay, thank you.
Okay, the most. I heard this guy is British, and they then addressed him as American. They purposely said, the American's weird.
You know why you heard him as British?
Yes, I know exactly why I heard him as British. There are several instances, not just one, several instances where he drops British slang. He calls the little girl love, and he says, any of you cunts got a cigarette. And as soon as I read that, Americans don't just do that. Like, hey, any of you cunts got a cigarette? You see how much of an asshole I sound like saying that?
You know who he sounds like?
But if I turn around and said, hey, any of you cunts got a cigarette? Sounds like fucking Constantine.
Bingo. That's why.
We didn't rehearse this, by the way. No. I knew what he meant. I can hear him. It's 12 years.
Gargos, though.
I know.
That's fucking...
I will. I'm sorry about that. I really feel bad.
Yeah. That's so binge-worthy, too. Why is it not out there?
It's really not. It's not. I don't think it ever came out like on a box set. You know, I would have had it. But yeah, I like he tells the kids like something love, and I'm like, all right, like he's British, and then like, oh, the American's weird. I'm like, what?
Yeah, it's like they
make up your fucking mind.
I guess he came off too Constantine-ish.
Yeah. He kind of looked Constantine-ish.
And then the fact he just likes drinking.
Yeah, and then like he goes and fucking fucks up this giant Hulk-looking guy and then blows his head off. Now this guy is taking fucking punch after punch and everything like that. I'm supposed to expect a Magnum's just going to blow his head off like it's Resident Evil on a cheat code? Come on. I don't know. I thought there should have been more of a climactic end to that fight. And he's like, I don't break. He's like, I'm going to break you. Blam, I don't break. That was fucking cheesy and stupid.
You know why I didn't hate this?
Do tell.
It's the second book, right?
Uh-huh.
I finished with X-Men.
So
by this point, I was so full of hate that I looked back at this with joy.
Fair. I read this second, and I was so full of hate from Fight Club that I'm like, I'm not enjoying this either. I was just completely mad at the publisher at that point. It's interesting how perspective works in the comic book industry.
Yeah.
And the comic book reviewing podcast industry. So, let's go to the fun part of this week's show. What are you reading that you're thoroughly enjoying?
All right. One
of which I'm surprised at. But go ahead.
Some things I finished, just honorable mention, because they finished, but I would read them, and I would read them like out of alphabetical order. which you know is a huge
Which I know is huge for you, yeah.
Darth Vader.
Right. You've always been singing the praises of that book. And now we're in the second volume of this, and this is still ongoing. The last one I did...
The second one finished.
Oh, the second finished too? What, they both finished at 25?
Yeah, I think so.
Give or take?
Yeah.
All right.
Kind of hurtful, but whatever. And
you think they'll be back for part 3?
If they know what's good for them, yeah. Anyways, get me started. Uber Invasion.
Yes, Uber Invasion just finished. That was... I am grossly behind on that, so I couldn't include it, but... I think I was 4 or 5 issues in, and I was really enjoying the shit out of that.
Now that Uber Invasion is over, I could finally catch up to Uber. Because
nothing like reading the second part before the first part.
Yeah, which is fine. Ongoings, I am reading and caught up with Avengers, Thor, and Dark Ark.
Okay, I'm behind on Dark Ark. That's another Cullen Bunn book that was really interesting. That was the whole Noah's Ark shit, but with monsters, unicorns, dragons, minotaurs, etc. What? I'm surprised you're reading Thor. You did not like the first issue.
I don't. I can't stand the series, but War of the Realms is coming, and that's...
What is War of the Realms?
Exactly. It's coming. It's been mentioned in Avengers. It's going to happen. It's going to affect every book except for maybe, X-Men because they're in La La Land.
Right.
And, the
So this is like Asgard versus Jotunheim versus Muspelheim, etc.?
Malekith has taken over different realms.
Right, okay, I remember hearing about this.
All over. And he has the help of the Frost
Giants.
And,
yes, I recall this happening a while ago. Yes. Before
going.
this Thor number
going.
1. Yes.
He tried to take over Hell. Hela was gone. Boulder was in charge of Hell, and that was...
Hela's still gone. Hela showed up in the Thanos book.
No, she came back in the book. So that's like, I don't know what's going on with the Thanos book and this one.
Continuity, people.
Yes, because I don't even know. I even tried reading as Guardians of the Galaxy.
Is that an ongoing? I thought that was just like a special edition.
It hasn't ended though. I'm assuming it's like a 5 or 6 issues, but
okay,
5 or 6 issues haven't come fast enough.
Fair.
So it's Thor trying to take care of this, but also at the same time trying to help out, and he has this whole I don't have an arm thing. I have this fake crap.
Right. Yeah.
But also have a bunch of fake hammers.
Yeah.
And it's just...
Where's Mjolnir? Where's the real one?
Mjolnir was... He has a little piece of Mjolnir.
It's shattered, right?
On a chain around his neck.
How did it break again?
I don't even remember. I know he did finally send... No, female Thor sent
it into
Mjolnir
into the sun.
With after the man god killer and stuff like that. Which was really cheesy because he hasn't shown up in like 10,000 years.
Right.
But let's just bring him up and finish off.
It was like a Savage Land monster. I don't know, like a mort of a character.
It's just like whatever. And so that's that. She's still fighting cancer, and there's like a group of women that are talking that are former lovers of Thor to see what's going on.
He's got a little harem going.
Yeah, women he's been with before. Side note: he is now dating She-Hulk /
Jennifer Walters.
Yes.
Huh.
Training.
So
yeah, they're fucking. And
now where is Loki in regards to this? And also he was in the Return of Wolverine.
Okay,
and why is Wolverine running around with Thor's goat and carriage?
I don't know.
Does this all connect?
That's some future crap. It hurts my brain. Okay,
inquiring minds want to know, Ramon.
And as Guardians of the Galaxy, it is Kid Loki. And Thor, it's regular, not bad, but the revamped Loki.
Right, the snarky, much more Tom Hiddleston Loki.
Yes. Yeah. And in Infinity Wars, it was the same one, but just a lot bigger plotting. So I don't know. And the War of the Realms is going to affect a lot of people because it's been mentioned in Avengers.
Is that why you're reading Avengers?
I'm reading Avengers because I'm like, okay, something nice and different. It was started with the whole Avengers.
I read the first issue.
1000 BC.
Right.
And I'm kind of curious about some of these things.
Like, I mean, Ghost Rider had a mammoth. I was cool with that.
Odin banging the Phoenix.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Whatever. The first Iron Fist is a chick, and and that was just in the last issue where they just showed how she defeated the dragon. It was because she was being punished, and the people that she trained in Kung Fu, which was like primitive man, they were fed to the dragon as punishment because not supposed to teach nobody outside of Kung Fu. She gets upset. She charges the dragon.
By anybody out of Kunlun, they mean us. Round eyes.
Yeah. She kills the dragon. And afterwards, she has like the tattoos on her fists, and she's glowing. And then she's like, "No, this is a curse. You have the curse of Shaolin." And okay, you got to leave then. So that's how she becomes like a Iron Fist wandering the planet.
And when do we realize that the dragon got up?
10 years later, like, hey, look, he's back, and you know maybe it's a good thing. You could join us now. You could leave this crappy world. She's like, nah, deuces, nigga, and that's it.
Huh?
But Black Panther's a leader of the
right.
So he's worrying about a few things. There's the War of the Realm situation. There's vampires. Something's going on with the Vampire Nation, and he's looking into it. And something else, but I forget. While constantly also making fun of Thor and She-Hulk hooking up. And I'm sorry,
So he throws jibes at him?
Nah, among themselves.
Oh.
Like, you know they're dating, right? Yeah. You know they went on a date today? Yeah, that's going to be awkward. And it was horribly awkward. Because they draw Thor like a Neanderthal. Because after 1,000 years of living on Earth, he is not smart. Because, you know, you don't pick up shit in 1,000 years. After everything he's seen and learned, you know, no, Thor is still a dumbass. I can't stand that. I cannot.
Who's writing it?
I don't even know. I don't want to know. It might hurt them.
So is this like one you're reading just like because War of the Realms is coming? You don't sound like you're enjoying it.
Mostly because, no. Overall, I like the idea of it. I don't like Thor being a dumbass. I never liked it. I think they dumbed down Wolverine and Thor, and it was just because Wolverine was 100 years old. He shouldn't be a stupid little grunt. But anyways, overall, it's good. I like it. I like the way they're intermingling with each other. I like the fact that the headquarters is the side of Celestial. That's kind of cool. That kind of goes back to like X Factor days when they had a Celestial ship. Why Celestial would have ship, I don't know, but whatever.
Gotta be a big ass ship for
a Celestial. Yeah, and that's how
that's like a galaxy-sized ship.
That's how Apocalypse had most of his tech, and I think that's where Cable got a lot of his technology, like body sliding by one and stuff.
Oh.
So those are the 3 books I'm reading.
So let me ask you about Dark Ark. Are they still on the arc, or did they landfall now?
They landed.
Okay, this is an ongoing. I thought,
I don't know if it's like how far of an ongoing it is.
Okay. Because like there have been a lot of series that I started reading that I will admit I got discouraged with when I realized they were ongoing. Gideon Falls was one of them, where like this church is kind of seems to be teleporting back and forth between the city and the town and whatever. Confusing. Good, but confusing. But again, discouraging because I don't know when it's going to end. And I want books that are going to end.
This kind of has to end, and it's implying
Dark
that it's going to end. Yeah.
Okay. Well, I mean, it's Cullen Bunn, and he usually does have a finite concept in mind. Even if it's on a maxi series, like Harrow County.
Yeah.
You know, I'm fine with that.
Harrow County's sexy.
Harrow County's
behind this,
really
I'm not talking about
good.
it.
That's why I'm not talking about it. But we always sing the praises of Harrow County.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I'm like 10 issues behind that on. Yeah. So, that aside, I am actually really enjoying the new Punisher series.
Yeah.
He is currently going after Hydra and Baron Zemo.
Wow.
Because of the whole bullshit with Hydra Cat. Because they're giving Frank a lot of shit for joining Hydra. And I don't personally like the concept of Frank joining Hydra. I don't think he ever would.
I don't think so either.
It seems highly out of character, but at the same time, if he thought that this was the real Captain America, and also you have to take into account it's the Cosmic Cube, so what part of the Cosmic Cube influenced him on this?
Yeah.
But either way, the Punisher does have a very high, very deep respect for Captain America. Mm-hmm. So if he saw him doing it, that's the only reason I'm biting on this. But at this point now, he's trying to make amends for this, and he's trying to kind of clear his good name by just destroying all of Hydra.
Yeah.
Fuck you, I'm going to kill every last one of you little assholes. Cut off one head, 2 more take its place. I got 2 more bullets for each one of them too.
Yeah.
And he's going after Zemo.
Nice.
I'm with that. He's getting help from Bucky, the Winter Soldier, who he does not get along with whatsoever.
Good, they shouldn't.
And they're just constantly fucking with each other. And Black Widow, who he kind of has this like really love-hate flirty thing with.
Really?
Yeah. Very interesting.
You know he banged Elektra, right?
Yes, I do. Of course, I remember that.
On Thunderbolts, yeah.
Yeah. But I do like the interaction with him and those two because they're like the only ones who really give a fuck about him at this point. It constantly seems that Nick Fury has turned his back on him, but this could all be part of Fury's plan in the first place. Every time you turn around, it looks like Fury's fucking him over in one way, shape, or form. Yeah, Black Fury. We haven't heard anything from White Fury since he took, since he became like the Watcher on the wall or whatever, making sure the White Walkers don't cross or something like that.
What it is.
I don't like when all of the other superheroes constantly go after the Punisher. It's become old hat that they don't approve of his methods and everything. Get over it. You're not going to stop him. He's not going to kill you. It seems to me a waste of pages, you know?
Wolverine kills.
But Wolverine will not fight him. Wolverine was sent after him before.
Yeah, no, he wouldn't. But like, no, I mean, as in they're cool with Wolverine.
Yes.
But they're anti-Punisher.
Yeah, I know. So, you're absolutely right. I misunderstood you. Exactly. Like, there was, like, in the opening pages of this, after he took off the War Machine armor, and that pissed off Carol because that was her ex-boyfriend's armor, and now you're just running around with it, and you've bastardized his name and all of this. Like,
he's lying. You're gonna
fuck off, bitch. He stopped a nuclear war. Fuck the fuck off. And then Fury's like, oh, I told you couldn't keep the armor. So, like, Fury's being a dick, too. So then he had a whole fight with Captain Marvel, who he should never be able to beat at all. Yeah. War Machine armor or not.
Yeah.
Spider-Man, Luke Cage, Iron Fist, who he should also not be able to beat. But he did, because he's the Punisher. And, I like seeing the tactical aspect of it. I enjoyed the tactical aspect when he was...
all at once?
Yeah, just going like back and forth. And he's like... You remember Punisher Warzone? When he was on trial, when he had that little female sidekick that her husband and her family got killed at the wedding? That was awesome.
I like
when he fought the Avengers that time and he was using rubber bullet... I don't know.
Okay.
Cole Alvarez, I think her name was. Something like that. I forget her first name. And he was using like rubber bullets on all of the Avengers and everything. Mm-hmm. It's like they're trying to recreate that desperately. And that was the final pages of the last War Machine arc, and I didn't enjoy that. But now that we've kind of moved past that, we get the fact that the heroes don't approve of him. We get that Nick Fury is trying to stop him from going after Hydra, but he doesn't give a shit. And now you've got him, Black Widow, and Winter Soldier going after Hydra. And I think Hawkeye might be involved in this too, albeit possibly reluctantly because Nat and everything, but... Now I'm enjoying it. It took me a couple of issues to get there. I know nothing will ever be Punisher Max, which is what I kind of hold every new Punisher series, up against.
Unfairly.
But unfairly is right, because nothing ever will be Max. But it is good. He does kill a lot of Hydra agents. And for a regular PG book, it's pretty bloody. PG-13-ish. Whatever. The other shit that you guys absolutely need to pick up is the Magic Order.
Yes.
We've been singing the praises of this for quite some time. It's a 6-issue mini with a lot of potential for continuations, prequels, etc. We are 5 issues in. We have this woman, Madame Albany, who kind of dresses like a really crazy BDSM chick. Yeah. And she is killing off all the members of the Magic Order in this family, the Moonstones, who control the Ori Halcon, which is this Golden Grimoire magic book. Yeah. It's like the be-all, end-all of spell books. And she wants to control the Magic Order. Her father was teamed up with the head of the Moonstone family, like back during the World War II days. And we don't know really what happened in between that time, but she's like the black sheep of the Albany family, and she's kind of a bitch. And she's killing everyone in the Moonstone family to get at this book. Yeah. And she has this weird, like, old-school Venetian costumed assassin that's killing everybody.
Ruthless.
Completely ruthless. Yeah. The monsters that they throw at you, the spells that they illustrate in this book. Holy shit. In the second issue, when the room was changing, and, like, the people would, like, who are in the room are changing with the room, man, it's fucked up. I can't wait to see this thing play out on Netflix. Get it now, because it's probably going to be worth at least a little bit of a pretty penny.
Yeah.
That's the first reason.
Pretty sure number 1's already...
Is it? Thank God I got 4 copies. We told you months ago. But it actually is it's a really dope story, and I just finished issue 5 today because I wanted to catch up in order to tell you guys about it. And holy shit, I didn't see the twist coming. I didn't see it. I had to pick my jaw up off the floor. Wow.
Crap, did I read from the 5? Well, tomorrow then.
Yeah, I'm not even going to spoil it for you. It's fucking good. and it concludes next month, and we'll see what happens after that. Fucking awesome, man! The monsters. And did you read issue 4?
Yeah.
With the giant monster that sucked time from people.
Yes.
The little girl walking on the street,
Aging.
and then she became an old lady, and then fell to bones. Holy fuck!
It's like, wow, Harry Potter gets dark.
Yes, that's what this is. This is Harry Potter turned on its ass. And finally, speaking of dark shit, A Walk Through Hell from Aftershock.
Yes, I'm not caught up in this though.
Oh man, this is I don't know what's happening. I don't know.
It isn't my fault.
Wherever they are, things are fucked up. Like they are inside of this factory, and it's basically hell. I don't know if they're walking through different levels of hell, if they're each experiencing their own personal hell, but whatever the fuck is going on, it's been 7 issues, whatever it is. It's still going, and I don't like to the people inside the factory. It's been days, weeks. To the people outside, it's been a couple of hours. Every time they they think they're on their way out. It leads them to like back to the same place. And there's this guy who's constantly blowing his head off in a corner, and it's the guy that they were trying to. They had him not booked, but they basically had him dead to rights on some like child molesting charges and shit. But he got off because, like, I don't know, a glitch in the system or whatever, or he talked a good talk or something like that, or you know how fucking evidence gets skewed, or you submitted evidence under duress, so they wanted to frame him because they knew he was guilty. But they're like, we got to plant evidence to get this fucking guy before he does some shit again. So now. Then this guy was killed, and now here he is blowing his head off in a corner, and then they run into their partners who went in before them. And I mean, even in the first issue, they send in like a group of fucking like SEAL Team 6 motherfuckers, and then they come out, they're all warped in the head, and they're gonna send them like back in or whatever, so they just all draw their guns and fire at each other's heads.
Yeah, the first issue will draw you in.
Yeah, it really does. Immediately, you're just like, what the fuck kind of crazy ass nonsense is this? So those are my top 3. Punisher, A Walk Through Hell, and The Magic Order. In really no particular order, but if I had to put it, Magic Order's first. That is the be-all, end-all for me right now, and you guys need to read it. Last but not least, I want to give a big shout-out to Sal Lomedico and all of the crew at the Brooklyn POW Con last week. It was a great little show. It was a whole bunch of indie artists and the creators and everything, and we had a blast.
It was fun.
I want to apologize to everyone that I encountered for being sick as a dog. I was the asshole that gave everyone the con crud that weekend. Everyone who was sick, except you. Yeah. But I did advise you, like, go home, get some emergency.
Didn't do it.
No?
12 years, I have natural immunities against them.
Good for you. I'm going to hug you before you leave. See if I can do anything about that. But I did. I apologize to everyone because I was sick as a dog, but Sal had us with the table. We had sponsored the show. I'm like, we have to go. And we had a lot of fun. Sal is a really fantastic artist. Hold on. Let me show you guys this. I picked up from him this really awesome Jason Voorhees poster. Because I just couldn't resist. I love Jason. It's fucking cool. We met some really great podcasters from the second rounds, and they have a really cool thing that they do called Who You Got, and it's basically just who would win in a fight, and it could be anybody. Mm-hmm. We talked about who would win in a fight between Brainiac and Ganon.
Guys, Mr. Malave back here again at POW Con, and I ran into the guys from Pete's Basement Podcast Show. Pete, what's up?
What's up, everybody? Having a good time? Good to meet you, man.
Man, good to meet you too. And his co-host, Ramon. What's up, man?
Chilling, man. How you doing?
Oh, great, man. I'm enjoying POW Con. I can't believe I'm seeing all this great artwork, all these great comic book illustrators. It's amazing, man. It's really good.
Yeah. It's good to have Brooklyn in the house.
Oh, yeah, Brooklyn representing. And these guys actually from Greenpoint, right over. They're our neighbors. They are our neighbors. This is great. Representing Brooklyn, hard body. Oh, yeah, and Lex on Dex is here, too.
Hey, what's up, everybody? How you doing?
He's over there quiet in the corner. But Pete, Ramon, you know the characters of the Who You Got Challenge, and all I want to know is who you got.
I got Brainiac, man. You want to tell me what?
Yeah, man. Go ahead.
Honestly, like, all right, magic from Ganon and everything, but I think Brainiac's got enough tech, enough science to find ways around it. I think Brainiac takes this. He might know he was in a fight by the end of it, but I think he's got it.
Pete be knowing. What about you, Ramon?
I think it's Brainiac. He's already conquered so many planets. He must have run into some magic somewhere. And magic is just unexplained science. So he's a science whiz, so he's good.
Well, you heard it from the guys from Pete's Basement. It's a no-brainer. See what I did? See what I did? See what I did?
That was good.
That was interesting, too.
Yeah,
What a combo.
you would never put those two together. Everybody's like, oh, Brainiac and Cyborg, or Brainiac or whatever Marvel equivalent we have, or something like that. You know, they're just taking anybody from pop culture, but the trick is you could only use the first iteration of a character. So if you had Batman, you have Batman in the comics because that's where he appeared first.
Okay.
Not necessarily like the Detective Comics 27 Batman, but comic book Batman. Yeah. You can't take Michael Keaton Batman versus Christopher Reeve Superman. You know, you've got comic book Superman, comic book Batman. So for He-Man, you'd have cartoon He-Man because that was first. You know, so it'd be the first time the character appeared. So that's like the one rule that they have. But go check those guys out on Instagram, and you can scroll down, and somewhere in there is our little like 2 to 3 minute blurb, and give those guys a follow. Second round, you'll see the name is appearing right down there, and the Who You Got Challenge is still going on, and I look forward to seeing who wins. Yo, they had a awesome ass like WWF belt, the hologram and shit. I want one of them. I want like a Pete's Basement Championship belt. I do. And a big shout out to my boy Ben Granoff, who's doing just really amazing work with special needs kids, and they're making their own comics and stuff. I mean, that's really fantastic. Ben is a good dude. Ben wrote the H.P. Lovecraft book that we reviewed a while back, the Dunwich Horror that I picked up from Midtown Comics, and it's probably still there. So this is pretty great, and I had to pick these up because that's just, you know, just really fantastic to see kids making their own comics. It's something we all wanted to do at some point. Well, guys, that's about it, man. We had a nice quick show this week. So let me remind you to help control the pet population. Have your pets Oh no, that's the Price is Right ending. Oops. Guys, we got some great Pete's Basement t-shirts up on represent.com/store/Pete's Basement. We have the regular Pete's Basement stuff, the tank top, the summer shirts with, you know, the different like hotter colors of red and everything like that. We have the Pete's Basement supports the Hero Initiative. We're really proud to be teamed up with this charity. We've got Pete's Basement supports Project Harmony, and Pete's Basement supports our veterans. Every last dollar of those charity shirts go to the charity, and you can help out in any way you can. We also have the Pete's Basement Rick Sellis shirt. That is the Amazing Fantasy 15 homage of me carrying Ramon to the comic shop, drawn by the one and only Rick Sellis. So hit him up on Instagram, give him a follow if you haven't already, and tell him the Basement Boys sent you. And pick up a Rick Sellis Pete's Basement t-shirt, which we split the profits between us and Rick right down the middle. And last but not least, thank you to all of our new Patreons. I love seeing all of the names at the end of the credits. In case you guys don't know, for as simple as $1 a month, you get your name on the Pete's Basement website on /Patreon. There's a list of all of the Patreons and a cool like 8-bit image that Roger did of all of us. And for $3 a month, you get your name in the end credits of the Pete's Basement show. And actually, if you download the audio version only, since the audio, you can't see the names in of the credits, I actually make a recording as I edit it and say them, so you can hear me say your name. Not that you should give a fuck that I'm saying your name, but I mean, still, it's pretty cool, you know, because you can't see them there in the credits on YouTube, so you get to hear it instead. And For $4, it's your name in the credits, and you get a set of Pete's Basement postcards, all of the ones that we still have. For $10, you get your name highlighted in the Pete's Basement credits as Pete's Basement Bosom Buddies. The names are bigger, and it's listed before the main credit. Bosom. What is better than tits? Not much. So that's why I made it Pete's Basement Bosom Buddies. That's exactly why.
Okay.
Yeah. So we've got the Bosom Buddies and then the regular names in the credits. And you also get your choice of a sketch for that $10 a month is Dragon, an Elf, or an Eskimo, I believe, from me or Roger. And since we haven't seen Roger in a while, pretty much me. So if you do that, let us know which kind of sketch you want, and I'll be happy to draw it up. Also, we had an option of a transgender unicorn that Hannah wanted. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yep. We are working on some new tiers, maybe a $20, a $15, $20, $25 tier where we'll be giving away comic books, exclusive ripped production stuff from back in the day that you can't possibly get anywhere else, stuff that we made back in our youth that if we ever become famous and rich, this will probably be worth a good ton of money someday. But still, we were as funny now as we were then, or then as we are now, so you'll want to get a hold of this. And if there's any sort of like tier or something that you want that we're not offering yet, let us know. And we will be happy to accommodate. We will make that tier. Hit us up, questions@petesbasement.com, /.com. What am I saying? Questions@petesbasement.com, facebook.com /petesbasement, Instagram, Twitter, etc. @petesbasement. And if you're watching this on YouTube, make sure you hit that like and subscribe button and hit the little bell so you get the notification when Pete's Basement uploads a new video. Usually it's Monday or Tuesday whenever I get around to editing it. This one's a pretty short episode, so I can probably edit this one lickety-split-like. So.
Oh, wait. Sean Cadeau said make one for a tour of the basement.
A tour of the basement.
We could do that now.
We actually have one of those where we kidnap you from the airport and bring you over here. But to do an extra of the basement, you don't know what it looks like over there. It's very messy right now. So I've got a lot of cleaning to do, and then we can do a tour of the basement. I promise. I can show you now, but it's not impressive at all.
It's not.
He's honest with you. All right, guys. It's been great. Thanks for tuning in, and we will see you next week. Fuck the Patriots. Pete's Basement is copyrighted 2019. Ripped Productions. All rights reserved, so go fuck yourself.